If I see red flags now, I just am like, stop, drop, roll, I'm out.
Like somebody that I really, really love, like was doing this not too long ago, and I was listening to her like daily. Yeah. Do you hear yourself? Yes, I hear myself. Okay, as long as you hear yourself and you're okay with that, because she started saying it so much that then she started leading with, oh, you're going to be so mad at me.
I think it's like, get on the ride, get off, get on the ride, get off. It's just like, it's just a vicious cycle.
I just feel like it would be so frustrating to date now.
For sure.
Because like so many of these things weren't a thing. Welcome back to the Got Her Back podcast.
Hi.
Hi. How are you today?
It's a Maniac Monday.
Got Her Back Monday.
That's right.
Yeah, we're back in the studio finally.
Yes.
I feel like we haven't been here in forever.
I know. All that vacationing, packing up a house, moving.
Are you tired yet?
Girl, I don't know what's wrong with me. I mean, I've had some intrusive thoughts. If I wouldn't have known better because of my age, I'd say I might be Janet Jackson and be pregnant. But God, I've been
tired.
I've been
you're tired.
Tired.
Well, it's probably just all catching up with you.
Nauseous.
Wouldn't you think?
I don't know.
You can't have a baby.
I mean, I could. There's a small percentage, but probably not. Girl.
It's all catching up to you.
I mean, something.
And you have a 5-year-old.
12 hours last night.
And you have a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
And you moved. And you've been traveling.
And we went to the fair yesterday.
And you went to the fair twice.
Yeah.
In a row.
Yeah. Maybe so.
You saw the picture of the kids after the fair.
Yeah, they were dying.
Was how everybody was. Everybody was like exhausted. Like and we just had to leave at 5. So we're like right in the middle of traffic and they're like, are we ever going to be home?
That's how it was us trying to get there because we had to wait, like we met off 75 and then went down and I was like, oh my God. The girls were in the car like, what in the world?
Why the traffic? You live in Dallas, baby.
I know.
That's why the traffic.
Yeah.
Always. Especially 75. We took 75 all the way home. I was like, oh my God.
What'd you eat at the fair?
I had a corn dog. I had a corn dog first.
Okay.
Had that right out of the gate. The Fletcher's corn dog. Kason had corn on the cob.
Love that.
He loved it. Then I had the Dubai chocolate waffle fries. I did like them. Maddie loved them. Maddie only had fries. And then she tried that shockingly and she liked it. I'm trying to think.
The first day I had corn on the cob with lots of lemon, pepper, and butter. And then I forced myself to try something new. I had a stuffed jalapeno and bacon grilled cheese.
Was it good?
So good.
Oh, wow.
And then I had a strawberry with whipped cream crepe. And I kind of just cut myself off. I'm like, I do not want to be sick.
We were so like full, like right out of the gate. But I think they had like ice cream. I just remembered Olivia never got her fried Oreo.
Oh, I had that yesterday.
I literally just remembered.
I had corn in a cup yesterday, so I switched it up. And that was so good. And then I had...
we had a $25 turkey leg.
Oh my gosh. When I was at home.
There was $25. What for a turkey leg?
When I was home for my reunion a couple weekends ago, I looked up like places to eat, and there was this place, and it said it just opened, and it used to be a food truck, and I went and had a stuffed turkey leg. It was stuffed with greens and mac and cheese. So good.
Yeah. Off a food truck?
It was a restaurant. They turned in. It used to be a food truck, and he's got a restaurant now.
Like Gusto's.
Yeah, so good.
I'm not telling any of y'all about that. I don't want it to get even any more crowded than it already is.
Oh my gosh.
Keeping that secret.
Right.
What are we talking about today?
Breadcrumbing.
Have you ever been Let's go ahead and say what breadcrumbing is.
Go ahead.
So it's basically just like giving like small bits of attention, but never really wanting to commit. So a lot of people get in this loop for years. I have a client that has been being breadcrumbed literally for like 3 or 4 years. And it's how situationships happen, I would say. Like, and it kind of like is based on your self-worth. Like if you're willing to be like, okay, well, that's just, all I'm going to be able to get. Because they kind of like make you think like,
it's going to be something.
It's going to be something.
Yeah, I would say in dating, like in the dating world, right, it's a lot of breadcrumbing because people are just like giving bits and pieces to multiple people. So you're never going to get one's full self.
Do you think that's why it's a term now and it never was a term before because there weren't dating apps and all that. And now everybody's just like kind of.
For sure.
Messing with, like, I don't know that I've ever been breadcrumbed. I was sitting here thinking like, I don't know that I've had that situation.
Yeah. Totally.
You have?
Yeah.
How did you Did you notice early on? I don't feel like it would affect you too much.
Well, okay.
I feel like you'd be like next, but like I feel like some people.
Well, you can
settle.
tell, like let's say that you're talking to someone and you're talking, and then they never ask you on a date, and they just like keep stringing you along, and I'm like, I'm not about to be a pen pal, like, you know, like I don't have time in my day for that.
It also kind of like they say, like it could be someone just messaging you a lot, but like only certain times of the day, or like kind of keeping their options open, or maybe like last minute at the end of the day, like
That's
never
total
like
red flag.
Yeah, red flags.
Yeah, red flag.
So I think it's like people that are just keeping their options open, don't want to commit, and maybe they don't see you as something, but they still want that option.
Yeah, you're not Mr. Right or Mrs. Right. You're Mrs. Right now.
It also was talking about online how people say like this could be like them just wanting attention. Mm-hmm. So some people they might even be in a serious relationship, but they do it because they just need that little bit of attention, like send you a picture or like heart your story or whatever. Like you couldn't hear from them for maybe like a week, and then they might like send you a little on a story or something just to see if you.
I can't believe it's just funny because it's like the outsider looking in that you don't think that you've been breadcrumbed. Like, what do you think that was in your marriage?
Yeah, but I mean, I was married. That was a commitment.
Yeah, but still, like, well, I think
this is like where you can't get them to commit.
No, people breadcrumb in marriages all the time.
I guess maybe.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's good for a little while, and then it goes back to being turmoil, or it goes back to cheating, or it goes back, like, that's breadcrumbing.
Yeah, I like to act like that never happened.
Yeah. I'm like,
I don't even know who that is.
Slap you?
I don't even know who that is. I don't even know.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I was married? What? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
How would you handle that if you were? I mean, did you?
Well, I tolerated it for 20 years.
But like when you're in your dating world.
In the dating world now, I'm in a whole different person. Now I'm like, bye-bye. You know what I mean? Like if like this last time, for instance, I was like talking to two guys. I was talking to multiple guys, right? But I was
just
talking
like on
to
an app or something, like talking to a couple people.
I mean, like I had met them on the app or whatever. And I was kind of like back and forth, and, you know, like one was making more effort than the other. And one was like, hey, are we going to go on a date? Like one was pursuing me a lot more. The other one wasn't. And I was like, look, like, buddy. And so when it was time for me, like I went on a date with the other one. And when it was time for me to go be honest with the other one, I was like, look, like, you know, we're just like, this is dating, and I've met somebody and I've went on several dates, and like we met around the same time, but you've not asked me on one date, and he's already taken me on 3 dates.
Yeah.
And so like, I'm going to go this route and see how it pans out. And he's like, whoa, what? And I'm like, yeah, you took too long, buddy. Like,
a lot of times whenever you're being breadcrumbed too, like when I'm talking to my clients and different things like that, whenever they do decide to be like, hey, like you're not, you know, they try to like gaslight you, flip it around and be like, whoa, like I wasn't thinking we were already going to get married or something. Like when you try to make them like, wow, I'm actually looking for something that's going to go somewhere, and it's not going anywhere. And then they like flip it around like, whoa, like I didn't know we were supposed to be getting married, or, you know, they just say something to make you feel kind of crazy for expecting some type of effort. But like, I know people that would put a boundary in place, like, cause they would be done that way multiple times, like in dating. So they would be like, hey, if I've been talking to this person for like a week or two, they haven't made some type of effort to meet me in person, then I just,
yeah, for sure.
Like, write it off. Like Risa did that in the past whenever she would date. Like if she had somebody that was trying to just text a lot, she would be like, hey, like you got 2 weeks, and if I don't meet you within that, you can't make some kind of plan, then I don't really want to talk to you anymore. And
you find somebody too, like, well, let's say you get like into like a dating relationship and they only want to see you like one time a week. And at first that's like kind of normal, right? Like you need to build on that or whatever. But if it's been 4, 5, 6 months and you're still only seeing that person, or you're begging to see them, you know, 1 or even 2 times a week, I'm going to say that's breadcrumbing.
Yeah.
And Yeah. I mean, it just, breadcrumbing can be like a lot of different things. It could be like not seeing somebody in person. It could be breadcrumbing like your love and like just like doing enough to keep you hooked, which puts you in a vicious cycle. You know, it's like, and then you keep longing for like, well, they've shown me that they could be such a good person. And they've shown me that they can be so nice. They've shown me all these things and they've shown me they can be exactly who I want them to be. But they let the mask drop and they can't, you know,
it's also something that women get into like a hope loop of because they're looking at the potential of that person.
Right.
I have a client that she was having this happen and the guy was like going to be a doctor and he had all this potential and everything. So she just had this, she was like longing after that potential that could be one day. Right. And that he was just so busy and all that. I'm like, what do you think it's going to be when he's actually in a doctor? Like he's going to be busier than that. Like they still have to make plans. And I feel like this just kind of goes back to if he wanted to, he would.
Right.
You know, that's a whole like topic in itself that I talk to with people all the time. And I'll just stop my clients because they just like will say the most outlandish things to like convince themselves that for excuses for the person, you know, and you can hear them, but they can't hear them. You know what I mean? And I'll be like, but you hear yourself, right?
Yeah. And they're just letting the red flags like hit them. And we've been there, right?
Yes.
Like I've let the red flags hit me in the forehead. Now I just, if I see red flags now, I just am like, stop, drop, roll, I'm out.
Like somebody that I really, really love, like was doing this not too long ago. And I was listening to her like daily talking about this, like every single morning. And I would be like, you know, and I would tell her, and then I let her do it for about a week or two. And then after like 3 or 4 weeks, I'm like, hey, as long as you hear yourself, do you hear yourself? Yes, I hear myself. Okay. As long as you hear yourself and you're okay with that. Cause she started saying it so much that then she started leading with, oh, you're going to be so mad at me.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I'm actually not going to be mad at you because this is your life. This is not my life. If you're okay with that and you like him enough for that to be the bar and that to be all that you're going to get, then I'm happy for you if that's what you want. Sadly, I know that that is wrong because you've told me this many times. But if you're convincing yourself right now that that's what you want, I'm happy for you. I'm never going to be upset with you for a relationship that you're in. That's why I had to keep telling her. That's just not me. I mean, you can be with whoever you want to be with. I'm never going to be upset with you about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I think it's just like you feel like you're like, I did that for a long time. Like and I know that we had that in common. I'm like, well, I'm the fucked up friend, you know, like here I am, fucked, you know, like, let me tell you what's wrong. But
I hate when you say that.
I just feel like my life is just, you know, like.
Why? You have a great life.
I mean, I have a great life, but you know, I'm sure my friends are like, I'm sure you're just like, oh my God,
no.
Here this bitch goes again. Too bad I don't have the cuss jar today, but yeah, I mean,
I think it's just life.
Yeah.
And I think that us as women, especially when you get to our age and you're dating again, like I think you even hold on to those even more because you feel the pressure of like the age and wanting the companionship and and that's why I give her so much grace. I'm like, I know that she's longing for that. Like she's been alone for a while, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I know that I'll tell her all the time, like, enjoy this, you know what I mean? Like enjoy this time with just you know? And I'm like, but it's always, you know, grass is greener on the other side type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's like, get on the ride, get off, get on the ride, get off. It's just like, it's just a vicious cycle.
I just feel like it would be so frustrating to date now.
For sure.
Because like so many of these things weren't a thing a long time ago.
I think they have always been a thing. The thing is that people just didn't talk about
it's
it.
More escalated now.
Well, we didn't have social media.
We didn't have cell phones.
Yeah, and you couldn't go down the rabbit hole of.
You couldn't have somebody that just texted you.
Yeah.
That really wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we didn't really have those things. I mean, we had chat rooms in MySpace.
Yeah.
I guess they could do that to us there. I don't know. And flip phones.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's charged per text. Don't be breadcrumbing me if you're not going to be serious. They're charging me 10 cents every time you send me a message.
Yeah, I think it's just you just have the literally like it's always been around. It's just it's more heightened because people talk about it. You know what I mean?
And I mean, I think a lot of people don't realize that it's even happening at first, right? I think that's normal. You just think because they like text, and it's like on fire for a little while, and then they kind of back off, and then they're kind of busy, and so you kind of like are like, yeah, they're busy, you know. You kind of make excuses for them, and then they kind of pop back, you know. So I don't think you realize at first until it drags on, and you're like, wait a second, like this has been however long. Yeah. So I think like when you're in that thing, like when you're in that situationship and you don't want to be, you just have to actually voice and set the boundary, you know, like, hey, I've realized like you're never making a plan, right? And that maybe the dynamic have shifted. Like, am I reading that right? Or are you not interested? Like maybe just flat out ask them.
Yeah, I think some of the best advice can be like, let's just talk about it in dating. Like if you're the one always having to make the plans, like you're having to call and make the reservations, and you're having to be the one to initiate the date, or you're having to initiate, like that's not a good, that's a total red flag. You know what I mean? And so like also is you got to look at it, and you got to look at the person. And if you can't love who they are now, it's not going to it doesn't matter if you get married to them. It doesn't matter if you have a kid with them. It doesn't matter if, you know, you stick it out and think like, oh, these things are going to change. Those things are probably never going to change. And so you need to, like we've talked about before, not fall in love with the potential of who they're going to be, or what you think that it could be. If you don't like who they are right now and can't accept the good and the bad of everything that they are bringing to the table right now, then it's not going to get any better later. And if it does, great, but most likely it's not.
And something to look for is like all words and no action.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. That's like a big one, like it just being words and there's never any follow through or never any action. Like I feel like a lot of times the people that do this are really good with words and really good with like, you know, saying the right thing whenever they're needing to say it, but they don't ever want to have an in-depth real conversation. I feel like it's really surface level.
I feel like we live in such a world of like manipulation and lies. And maybe because we lived that for so long, I don't know. Maybe I'm a little like, that's such a big red flag, but, you know, like breadcrumbing and manipulation, that's a manipulation tactic, 1000%. And so, you know, I think people know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. So, you know, you've just got to start facing the facts. Okay. It's either one of a few things. They're not interested. They've lost that love and feeling.
They're not interested. Maybe they're talking to somebody else. So
they're talking to multiple people.
So their attention is like spread thin or going other places.
You will know like by somebody's actions. And
your women's intuition is going to kick in. You're going to be like, okay, this is not right. It's like with my friend that I was talking to you about not too long ago, like she knew because she would voice these like things to me, but she just wasn't ready to accept it. And you just have to like understand that they're going to be ready whenever they're ready, you know, and just keep telling them, you know what I mean? Like hitting them upside the head and they'll be ready whenever they're ready.
This was so hard in my marriage because like I lived with a person that like literally when we got off work, we were together like all the time. Right. And so I had this false sense of reality. But when I looked at like how unhappy we both were in the marriage, like we spent all our time together, but I also was like living with somebody that had a secret life during the day. So like when I was at work, you know, all this craziness was going on. And so, you know, whenever I look back, I'm like, I literally, it was like out of sight, out of mind. I got to a point where I was so numb and I would look over my shoulder and be like, okay, well, what am I going to find out today? You know what I mean? And so that just became like over and over and over again. And the breadcrumbing was associated with like the love spans, you know what I mean? Like the love bombing was like happening fewer and fewer, like the time would get shorter and shorter. And then I would have to go longer amounts of time of not speaking up for myself. And so, you know, that is like a vicious cycle to be in, and that's for anybody. I mean, and so you don't want to be like, if that kind of stuff is happening in your dating life, it's going to happen in a marriage. Don't think that because if they put a ring on it, you know, like it's going to change. It's totally not going to change. It's probably going to get worse. Yeah. You know? So I don't know. I'm like,
Agree.
Watch out for the red flags.
So you got to set the clear boundary and then you got to like stick with it.
For sure.
And realize like what the damage can be done with that. Like they say with breadcrumbing, it really spikes anxiety in people that don't even have anxiety because you're just confused all the time. Push and pull. And so it spikes anxiety levels even on people that aren't normally anxious. So if you do have a little bit of anxiety, it's like really rocking your world and your self-worth and, you know, how you feel about yourself. Because then you start feeling like you're chasing that person because you want to prove that you're worthy.
Yeah.
And that's like such a dangerous spot to be in
For sure.
as a woman, because there's always going to be somebody that's going to, you know, value you. So you don't have to settle for someone that you're just constantly chasing. You know what I mean? But it is like, I see how you get in that loop because you want to like prove something, especially if you're like competitive or anything like that. You're like, oh no, they're going to like me, you know?
Eventually, like, yeah, it's kind of like, oh, eventually like they'll give in. Like they'll break down these walls. They're just going to grow up. Nah.
Yeah.
Going back to that dating scenario, you know, like the one that I told him, like, and he was actually really nice. He wasn't rude, you know, whenever I said like, hey, like I'm going to go this route, but he did try to circle the block probably like a month later and was like, hey, how are you? I just
because
didn't
that's what they do, right? They like circle around to just like see and get the attention and get the little text and all that. Yeah, that's annoying. I would not do well in that situation at all. I feel like I would be like, because just like talking to my friend everywhere, it was like making me anxious. And I could see how anxious that she was and spiraling basically. And she's not that type of person. I'm like, that's so wild. It's like causing me anxiety. I can only feel how you feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my block game's so strong. Like if I'm done with somebody, I'm just like, block, you know, like I can't do it. Then that last breakup that I had months ago, I had one friend come tell me, well, unblock him. You need to just see, you deserve to know if he's going to circle the block. I'm like,
why? Why do I need to know?
I don't care if he circles the block.
Why does it matter if he does?
I'm just done.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm done. I don't care to ever talk to him ever again in my life. Yeah. That's how strict my boundaries are now. So like, I am proud of myself for that because that shows like, okay, as far as boundaries go, okay, I've grown. I know what I will and won't tolerate. And if it's something that I won't tolerate, then I'm going to be like, okay, yeah, I'm going to stand firm, you know? So I think both of us have worked on that as well. Yeah. You've learned to speak up for yourself and I've learned boundaries. I'm like, oh, I like this new Carrie. I like this new Megan.
Growth. I love it. Yeah, I thought that was like an interesting topic.
Totally.
Yeah, because it does go along with love bombing and with all the different things that happen, right?
So ladies and gents, if you're getting breadcrumbed or you're in the dating world or in a marriage, that's going to be a red flag.
Yes. I mean, it's basically just settling and you got to check like your heart and see like if you're feeling unworthy and maybe you feel like maybe that's all that you deserve or that that's plenty, or you're convincing yourself that you don't really care if you have a commitment or not. Like, I feel like that's what people do. They kind of convince themselves like, oh, you know, it's not important, you know, but I think that we're all worthy of like that love and commitment, you know, doesn't have to be marriage or anything like that, but just like a person showing up for you and like fully showing up for you, but not like kind of like as an option. I went a long time for many, many years making excuses for people. And it's just, Don't be breadcrumbed.
No.
I like that. I like that topic a lot.
Yeah.
It's funny because it was just such a hot topic in my phone every single morning on the way to work. So I was like, I wanted to like shake her, but I love her and she's like the best person in the world. And I'm like, come on, like, you know, but I knew that she knew, you know, so it's just like, and I think that's like the great thing about girlfriends is we just let them do it. You know, we just let them talk about it forever, years sometimes.
I'm going to make mistakes, but these are my mistakes to make. And if you're really my friend, like you just need to be there to pick up the pieces when I make those mistakes. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to do what I want to do.
So are you being breadcrumbed? Do you know a girlfriend that's being breadcrumbed? You got to go ahead and shoot them this video so that maybe they can understand a little bit. A lot of people don't even know it's a thing.
Right.
Yeah. So that was fun.
It was. We love you guys. And hit us up on all our socials. Got Her Back Podcast. I'm Megs Unfiltered.
Inspired by Carrie.
Okay.
Bye.